What is up, Twitch, and welcome to the Race Plays Podcast Network. We have another amazing show for you. Check. Make sure you can hear me. My OBS is going crazy tonight. I don't know what's happening. Did an interview for lunch, and it was working fantastically. Now the internet's tripping out. I don't know what's going on, but make sure you can hear me. Let me know. Put a fire in the chat if you can hear me. Painting, polish, mods. Check that audio. Audio check. I can hear you. Horn was weak. What? Let's get Horn closer. There it is. Welcome to the Race Plays Radio Show. Fire in the chat. Welcome in. It looks like the lines are going through. You guys are hearing me. Everything is looking good. Perfect. It's weird. Usually I can hear myself in the earphones here. I can't hear anything, but it doesn't matter because as long as you're hearing, I'm good with that. It's actually better not hearing myself. It's fantastic. I just hear my guests and I'm good to go. Organization Maven in the house. What up? Organization Maven, not first time chatter. She's been on the show. She's actually returning chatter is what I'm reading right here. Fantastic. What up, everybody? What up? Beautiful nights. We have another amazing show for you as always. It's going to be cool because the thing is, I was hanging out on Instagram as I often do, late nights, checking out the different scenes, the food scene, the hip hop scene that we're into, of course. And I got a killer follow from this lovely young lady who plays. Basically, I didn't know she played anything. I just saw I got a follow. I clicked on her account, noticed that she plays music, and I was blown away, my friends. Here's the thing. I was interviewing, you guys remember the show last week. It comes out tomorrow. Different Mix is coming out on Spotify tomorrow. You guys remember we were on Twitch last week with Different Mix on Thursday. And after I did that interview, everything was working so smoothly. His interview was awesome. We talked, we had a great conversation. And then we played his music on the show. Really loved the whole vibe that we had going on that night. So I started thinking like the whole week, like I just needed, like, cause I'm I'm from like the good old days, like 89.9, Chris Doritas, old school. Morning Becomes Eclectic, like all this new, different style. So I'm like, I need this sound. There's this sound, like this sound, the type of bands that 89.9 used to have, and I think they still do it sometimes to a point. But the kind of bands that they used to have were so unique and just they had a different quality to them. They weren't like commercial. They were just so unique and they just had this really special sound. And so that's what I heard from my guest that's coming on tonight. So let's take a listen to a little piece from a young lady called Shelby Nite, who will be joining us in just a few minutes here. Hold on one second. Let me make sure it's going to capture. There she is. Let's hear a song called Galaxies. Let me know if you hear this. Anything can go wrong tonight. Put a fire in your chat if you hear that. Shelby Nite live on the Raised Flays Podcast Network. Yes, we have music. Oh. Shelby Nites on the Raised Flays Radio Show.
Heck yeah.
What you got on this, people? Fire in the chat. Just the rhythm, the beat. On the one, on the on the yeah.
You walked into the room.
Ooh.
Like a key. You took my breath away. Couldn't speak. Bring me to my knees. Guaranteed. And you swallowed me whole. Like the sea. So take me to the rooftop. With those eyes, take me to Mars. With that smile, only galaxies, no goodbyes. With those eyes, with those eyes, with those eyes. Never had a man who didn't cause me pain. But your lips numb my wounds like cocaine. You're my favorite shade of Technicolor rain. And our bodies collide like a hurricane.
Ooh, bodies colliding like a hurricane, lips like cocaine. Whoa. Holy moly, this is the stuff right here, ladies and gentlemen. And here, if you loved what you hear, I want to see some freaking fire in the chat. If you love what you heard on that was incredible. That's what was blowing through my speakers when I found this young lady, Shelby Nite, and she's here to talk about it, ladies and gentlemen. She's here to talk about her music and everything that she does. Please help me welcome Miss Shelby Nite to the show, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey. Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. Thank you for taking the time to come on the Raised Flays Radio Show tonight. And everybody's super excited to have you here. Like I said, just some amazing, unique. It was trippy because I was like, there's this sound that I have in my head of like really unique bands that I used to love to listen to, aka like PJ Harvey, old Cranberry stuff before they went crazy commercial, that type of stuff, and then like just unique bands that are never really given the spotlight. And so that I hope will become this show, is like that type of thing where we talk about music. Of course, the show's about passion. If anybody is listening for the first time, the show's about passion. Whether you're a musician, whether you're a cook, whether you're a business owner, whether you're an artist, a painter, we talk about passion and what your passion is, number one. And then number two, we get to the bottom of why you do what you do. So that's what the Raised Flays show is all about. And so to have an awesome musician like this is incredible. So thanks for joining us again. Your first question I have is the let's start with like the instrumental parts, like the guitars, the drums. Is that something that you do yourself, or is there a band behind this?
So I only play a little bit of piano, so the instruments are not me.
Okay.
Um, where the instrumentals come in and where like the melody and the beat comes from is with some of my songs, I've found free loops on the internet.
Oh, okay. Free
And
loops.
that, yes. But what happens is that I have a very talented producer, Christopher Mariscal, and
Christopher Mariscal. Is he from up there
yes,
where you're
yes,
at?
he is, yes.
Christopher Mariscal,
Um,
come on the show because these freaking productions are incredible. Holy
yes, and
crap.
I have to give a shout out to the first audio engineer that helped me produce my first two songs, Griffin Brashears. He also did some of the instrumentals like the bass and the guitar, drums, but Christopher Mariscal, the one that we just produced my EP California Dope Fiend, and he is amazing. He would
Wow.
take like a melody, a loop that I found, or a melody that I had in my head, and he would just make it like a million times better. Like
Holy
he's
crap.
insanely talented, and he can play like every single instrument. So
Does he play
yeah,
some of the instruments on the tracks, or does he just use the loops that you got?
all of them.
He plays all of them.
No, no. Yes. So he would just listen to the loop and be like, ah, okay. And then he would recreate it in his own way, with using guitar, bass, drums, piano
And he
keys.
plays all of them.
Yes.
Holy dude, this guy is a bad. Let me tell you, I played music for many many years. This guy is a bad ace, a bad. He is amazing because it sounds like a tight. Like you can't even get a 12-piece band to like chill and play like in the groove like that in the pocket. Like it sounds like just some band. Like I was like I wanted. That's why I wanted to ask you. I was like, who's that band? Because they're just like in the pocket. And it's one guy nowadays because all the technology. One guy, he
Yeah.
plays the guitar track, plays the bass track, and he plays guitar amazing, and he must be an
Oh yeah.
amazing dude. Can you imagine? It's like a Rick Rubin type of guy where he understands instruments, he understands the technology, and he must have an amazing ear for melody because then he hears your voice, because there's parts of these songs where like your voice goes right with it, right before it drops on it, drops around it. He fits it in the right spots where it's like you guys are playing
Exactly.
like you're playing in front of a band, and that's what it should
Right.
sound, right?
Yes, exactly. And that's what it was, is that we were piecing these songs together, and I would, he would create the melody, I would practice with it, we would get together, I would record, but then he would put in some of the things like the guitar and the piano afterwards so that it would weave in and
Oh, so
out
you play
of
a
my
little bit
voice.
live together to get the vibe going.
He would create kind of almost like a bare bones melody with the guitar, and then
Okay.
I would practice, I would record over that, but then after I recorded my vocals, he would add in other instrumentals afterward, and so that's why I think it has that really seamless effect where you can hear some of the instruments that kind of go perfectly with when my voice comes in, and things like that. So
Wow.
yeah.
That's incredible.
And
Incredible.
he's so humble too. Like he does not give himself enough credit for
Oh
how
man.
amazing his
He needs to
sounds.
come on the show. I'll give him all kinds of credit. That'd be
Yes,
crazy.
yes.
Oh
I'll
man,
let him know.
that's insane, dude. It's so good. It's so good. And then what happens is it's they're so I guess attractive, right? The sound is so attractive to your ears, and then on top of that you hear this voice, like your voice, which is like Did you get trained? Like, did you train somewhere? Like, if you do, how long have you been doing this for?
I don't have any professional training. I've been singing my whole entire life to myself.
Wow.
And I only the very first song that I actually wrote and recorded was in August of last year. So I've only been doing that since so less than a year ago.
Almost a
Before
year.
that,
What the heck? I'm gonna drop the pin.
uh,
I'm gonna drop the pin. What? Dude, this is the Race Plays exclusive, ladies and gentlemen. Holy curl, holy moly! So like, so you've only just recorded as of last year, coming on a year in August. Wow, crazy, crazy, crazy. So that's so just singing to so all the. Can I ask your age?
I'm 38.
38 years old, young. All these years you just been singing to yourself. And so what happened when you were last year? What happened where you said, I'm gonna just drop a record or put a record together?
Well, how I like to put it, and when I think about it and when I talk about it, is that, you know, I feel like sometimes we're born with like this dream or fire like within us, like in our heart of something that we want to do. And I I just had other things going on in my life. I
Sure.
had a child when I was very young, and so that became my primary responsibility.
Of
And then
course. What's her name, by
I
the way?
saw my son,
Your son. Oh, son. What's his name?
yeah, Braden.
Braden. Shout out to Braden. Put him on the show. Fantastic. Got to get that name out there. Okay.
Heck
Sorry to
yeah.
interrupt you. I wanted to say his name.
No, it's okay. You're good. So, and then I just saw uh, be trying to be a singer. It was always told, like said that it would be impractical. Like there would be such a small chance that anything would ever really happen out of it. So I did medical assisting. I did nursing. I was a teacher. I
Who
did
said
all of
that to
these
you
things.
though? Who were the people that were putting that in your mind that you couldn't do it or that it wasn't practical? Teachers, parents, what was it?
I guess you could say that it was parents, but honestly, it was only out of love. It's
Hmm.
not like my parents told me like don't sing, you should never sing or
Yeah,
anything like that. It's just that they were born from a different period of time where it was really important to do something practical to be able to financially take care of yourself.
right, right.
And so doing something artsy and artistic just it wasn't practical. Like it wasn't something they necessarily saw for themselves. And so in the most loving way, they just wanted me to succeed in the way that they thought would be best.
That's awesome.
If that makes sense. Yeah.
Total sense. I like to
So
ask that because I think there's a lot of artists out there that listen to the show and they need to hear that because it happens. You know, you have parents that love you, care about you. They're just giving you advice to you got to make some money. You got to get out there and figure out a way to make some cash so that you can survive, get a house, get a home. You've got kids. You know, those are the right things to say. But when you have an artist like this, you know, you have to give it a shot. Like you have to do at least the very least on the side, because imagine if we weren't here right now. Imagine if the world didn't get to hear Shelby Nite tonight. That would be a tragedy. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. And I can't completely honestly blame it on anybody else. I had my own shit, my own issues
Sure.
that I was dealing with. And I'm not religious, but I do believe in God, and I believe everything happens for a reason in the way that it's supposed to. And I don't think that I was meant to follow this path and this dream until this exact time in my life. Otherwise, it wouldn't all
Amen.
be happening the way that it's supposed to. So I don't have any regrets about starting, at this time. I could say, I wish I was 25 and I was doing this, but you know what? No, like it wasn't supposed to happen that way.
100%,
So,
dude. I think you're
yeah,
absolutely right. Life has a strange way that it turns. You find that path, and it doesn't really matter age. You're still super young at 38, but like
absolutely.
I'm super old and doing a freaking podcast on Twitch. So
I love it.
it doesn't. It's. I think you're 100% right. You couldn't have said it better. It was meant to be right now. The time was meant to be for your music to be out. Your music's launched on Spotify, and now it's just the right time. Because imagine if you did it like really crappy, like if you met somebody not Christopher and you met Hank Jake or something like that, and he made it just real crappy, and then you got like this crappy music on Spotify and you regret it. So it was just meant to be. Is what I'm trying to say.
Yes,
Right?
absolutely.
Crazy, crazy. Let's listen to another song. I want to give you guys another example of the type of stuff that she does, because it's like she flows like a professional with the song, and she can go right with it, but she can pull out of the pocket and do some very interesting things. And I want you guys to see that. I want you guys to hear what I'm talking about. So let's take a listen really quickly to another one. By the way, Shelby, you probably can't hear it. It's okay. It's like a radio show. You know what the song sounds like. I'm going to show you.
It's okay.
I'm going to play Liquor Store right now for them. Here we go. Let's see. H-Town Love in the background there. Painting polish in the house. Enjoy the Raise Flav show.
I didn't get here on no winning streak. When it comes to love, things were looking bleak. Yes, I'm a lady, but I'm still a freak. And you better hit me with that good technique. When it comes to you, I'll take you anywhere. Grocery shopping with you, I don't care. Or stay in bed, I know you like it there. Phones on mute so they don't interfere. Got a long way to go when it comes to you and me. Talking to you on a Saturday night is the only place I wanna be. And you know everything I'm going through. The ones before you, they ain't got a clue. So now I'm looking in the rear view. With you beside me, I feel brand new. From your past, I know it's hard to trust, but that don't gotta be the end of us. Let's take a trip, we got that wanderlust. Get on a plane, baby, mile high. Got a long way to go when it comes to you and me. But talking to you on a Saturday night is the only place I wanna be.
The only place you want to be, the Raise Flav show right now, listening to Shelby Nite. If you're just joining us, holy moly, holy moly. Wow. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Beautiful song, beautiful, lovely arrangement, beautiful singing, but a bit risque, right? A little edgy, right? A little tad, little edgy. That's the unique thing about you. It's like it's a beautiful love song, but you go hard. You're like hip hop. You're right there in the underground.
Oh yeah.
It's awesome. It's awesome. It's like do your, I mean, obviously women love it, men love it, but do your male fans like the fact that you go over the edge a little bit and you go to that side?
Oh yeah. They do, for sure.
Nice. That's awesome. That's awesome. It's like the way you come in and out. It kind of reminds me of because you can kind of like I've seen you also like some videos of you flowing and stuff like that live. You sing, but you can bust some like little rhymes. Almost it reminds me of like the old like Blondie's with the Rapture type of stuff. I don't know if you ever heard that song Rapture, like one of the first like hip hops like Blondie. You know Blondie, right?
Yes.
Yeah, but so she does this song called Rapture. It's freaking incredible, and
I'll have to listen to it.
she's because you know what Blondie sounds like, right? You know she sings, she's an amazing singer, but this one song she busts rhymes in it, like she starts rapping, and this is the early days. This is like way before like when hip hop was just getting born, like Sugar Hill Gang. It just came out, and this is like 70s still. It's crazy. It's crazy stuff. So it reminds me of that kind of style. It's pretty awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah. Let's listen to another one right here. Let's see here. I want to cue one up for you real quick. If you're just joining us, Scarlet this is the next song, Scarlet. We're gonna cue up right here from Shelby Nites.
Good one.
Let's cue this up here. Get it going on this side right here. Whoops. That's Liquor Store Still. How about this? Scarlet from Shelby Nites on the Raised Flaves radio show. Little Christopher in the background with that guitar. Damn.
Walk in the room, see your face. I shouldn't, but I wanna know how you taste. It's a vibe. All this space here on the floor, knees on the carpet burn, me screaming more. That's a vibe. You got a girl and that's a shame. These thoughts in my head are getting hard to contain. That's right. Feeling you, are you feeling me? If so, is there some place we can go and be discreet? When you're on your phone, you're texting me. I doubt it. And when you lay down in your bed next to her, that you be thinking about fucking me. Now this was never my intention to be in the middle, come in between. No, baby. She thinks you're hers, I really don't care. I'ma show her that this life ain't fair.
Life Ain't Fair, a little taste of the Scarlet song there from Shelby Nite. If you're just joining us on the Raised Flaves Podcast Network, holy moly, holy moly, holy moly. A little, any of these songs come from a true story, background, situations, stuff like that?
Oh, absolutely. Yes.
Awesome. I think there's this like, also there's this like, truth to your lyrics. There's like, you can tell there's like these stories that you're telling over the songs that they're love songs. They're most of them are love songs, but there's taboos involved. There's real stuff that happens. There's real situations that a lot of people go through, and you put them in song. And it's almost like the way a poet does with poetry. You're doing it with song.
Right. And it really is what's great, I feel like, about music. What's interesting about the song Scarlet is it is absolutely about a real situation, a real person. Have I acted out on that yet? Does this person even know that the song is about them in this scenario? No.
Wow.
So it's funny that you can kind of be this alter ego in your music, and you can maybe say or say you're going to do things that I don't know, you may not do. And I guess when I say you, I mean me.
Well, yeah. That's because that's what I remember loving about writing when I was a kid, or like writing songs about like, and I can't do it anymore. Like I can't like sit there and write like fiction or write like a poem of not, because my whole life is like reality, like paying bills, surviving, blah 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 blah. So to like go back to that, it scares me. And so I love hearing you do that, and a lot of times the reason why I have artists on here is because I love hearing them do that, because it takes you away from that every day. And it's the same thing that a movie does to you. When you go into a movie theater and you see an awesome movie, it takes you into this place that may not exist. It's a fictional world. And for 2 hours, you're in that place, and it takes you away from reality. And I think that's what a lot of times music does for. I remember music did that when I just play guitar, sit and play guitar. It would take me out in space. And then the way you're saying right now, where you're talking about, a situation that hasn't happened. It's a fantasy world. It scares me, because those are the parts that your mind is supposed to stop you from doing those things, right? Like that's called like morals, right? You're supposed to like not do, but you still have those thoughts, and so to be able to express them is what a freedom is what I'm saying.
Yes. Because in this situation, if I did act upon this certain situation, I would probably get my ass beat by this girl, to tell you the truth.
That's awesome. But it's such a freedom. And that's what, like, Stephen King or somebody who writes novels, they can write about things that are in their mind that how else are you gonna release? You can't like you just said, you can't go do what you're gonna do with this guy, because you could, but your life would be ruined, right? Your life would get messed up. His life would get messed up. Their life would get messed up.
Right.
Right.
There's definitely a period of time, like I'm 38 now. Maybe when I was 28, I might.
You're all in. Yeah. In your 20s, you're all in.
Yeah. But that would be, like you said, that would be causing quite a bit of chaos. I'm sure I would reap, there would be repercussions to doing that. And I have done stuff like that. I mean, absolutely. But it's a little bit different being 38 and this certain scenario. And you never know, they might break up.
I love it. I am all for this relationship that may or may not happen. We're just putting it out in the universe. Crazy. So yeah, but dude, you know it. In your 20s, you're all in. The things that you're talking about right now is called maturity. You don't have that maturity when you're 20. You're just like, let's go for that 30 seconds of fun. you don't care about anything, but now we think about consequences and stuff as we get older, right?
Absolutely.
That's freaking awesome, man. That's awesome. A lot of the songs come from real situation. If you're just joining us, Shelby Nites, we're listening to another one right now. I want to first thank Shelby for coming on the show, for taking the time to come on the show and share these real situations with us. But we can't leave without hearing my favorite song from Shelby Nite. I'm going to play it right now for you. Hold on one second. My favorite song from Shelby Nite is Antifreeze, ladies and gentlemen. Let's listen.
Cold air, holding hands, cheap bouquet, walking fast. Do you feel like I do? Park car outside my house, hands round my waist and tongue in my mouth. Do you feel like I do? Hotel room, white sheets, tangled lips, couldn't sleep. Do you feel like I do? I work days you're up all night, missed calls, stupid fights. Do you feel like I do? I push away, you pull me in, broken hearts, skin to skin. Do you feel like I do? Got me twisted, upside down, in this grief I'm gonna drown. Do you feel like I do? Get away from you. Delete you out my phone. I just need to be left the fuck alone. Do you feel like I do? You come back, saying please, baby, you're like drinking antifreeze. Do you feel like I do?
Antifreeze by Shelby Nites, Raise Flay's choice of the nights. The most amazing, amazing song, my friends. Woo, that one is a heart jerker. I tell you, the time I heard that song, I was driving in my car and tears, believe it or not, from Raise Flames. I won't do it on the show. I'm trying to stop myself, but tears, like literally, because of this like innocence of this song. You know what we talked about earlier, this like innocence, and if I'm way off here, stop me. But like, I'm imagining this girl who's in this situation, and it's escalating, and she's, you know, and she's walking, holding hands the first time, and then she's in a car and tongue down the throat, and then she's in a hotel, and there's this progression, and then at the end it's arguments and stuff like that. But there's this sense of her, you know, do you feel like I do? There's a sense of, as all these things are going on, she's wondering in her mind, and we've all done that. We've been with somebody who we're in this really strong relationship, or we think it's strong, and we're in these situations, but we're thinking in our head, do they really feel like I do? And it's throughout that whole song. It's beautiful. I got to stop talking or I'll cry. Am I way off?
Absolutely not. You really hit the nail on the head, and I'm so happy that it comes through in the song, because we've never spoken about Antifreeze. I've never talked about what it's about, and the fact that you listen to it and you could really hear the story in it. It means so much, and it kind of blows me away a little bit. Honestly, it's a little scary, but I'm so happy that, you know, that situation was so incredibly heart-wrenching. And that was the very first song I wrote and recorded, was Antifreeze. And
Wow.
I was just actually coming out of that situation. So I wasn't a young girl. Yes. Pretty fresh.
Last year.
Yes.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy that that's the first song you wrote, because I wanted to tell you tonight I was thinking about this earlier. It's perfectly written. Like it's the lyrics, the hook, and then the progression of the story. I think one of the great things about songwriting, and one of the great things about any great song, Beatles, anybody, Bob Marley, anybody who writes a good song, it's about the story. And so you have that story. It's crazy how powerful a song can be when you actually have a story. And then when it's your life, it's even more powerful.
Right. Yes.
Crazy, my friend. It's crazy. It's a beautiful, beautiful song. And then, is Christopher playing the guitar in that?
So there are two versions of Antifreeze out. And if it is the Antifreeze from my EP, California Dope Fiend, then it is Christopher playing the guitar.
Yeah, it is from that. So it has to be, because dude, I don't know how old, he knows, like, dude, it sounds like John Frusciante. Do you know who John Frusciante is?
No.
So John Frusciante is one of the original, or not the original, but one of the original guitar players. He knows. When I ask him about this, John Frusciante used to play with the Chili Peppers, on and off, still does. But his style is very like that, simplistic, interesting melodies. Especially if he knows John Frusciante, some of his solo stuff that John Frusciante did when he was like spaced out in Paris and playing and doing this on like little 4-tracks. The sound is like that. It reminds me of those little John Frusciante licks that are the really cool melodies like that. And then here's, just to put the icing on the cake, what I like about songs that are called, most songs, it's easy to say that's called this because the chorus says this. This song is such a story. It's called Antifreeze because it says Antifreeze one time in the song.
Right.
And then you're like, dude, that's why it's called Antifreeze. Like on a movie. You're like, oh, dude, that's awesome.
Because when you think of the totality of the situation, it's toxic. You know, it is like every time you re-engage in this situation, you are like drinking a little bit of poison, you know?
Yeah. What do you say? You say you say that like you're like I'm back with you, but you're like I'm drinking antifreeze, huh? You say is that what you say?
Basically, like you're like every time I engage with you or I go back into this situation, you are like drinking antifreeze.
Yeah. It's so dude, everybody can relate to that. Like anybody who's been in a few relationships know certain people, every time you go back and you know you shouldn't go back, but you go back anyways because of whatever. But it's toxic. It's a great word that psychologists came up with, a toxic relationship. It makes total sense.
Yes, absolutely.
Crazy. Shelby Nite, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much again for coming on the show. I hope you'll come back.
Thank you. Oh, I would love to. Like, this is just the beginning. So you guys are going to be more songs, more music. I have a music video coming out for Liquor Store very soon. So
Nice. Video coming out for Liquor Store. When's the next show?
Right.
Are you doing some live shows? I heard you're coming back down to Los Angeles. You're up in Atascadero?
Yes, in that area. I live in San Luis Obispo near Pismo Beach, but my next show is the 30th of this month in Atascadero. And then I am doing another show. Why can't I think of the town? It's at Firewater Bar.
Firewater Bar.
Yeah, it's let me find it right in Ontario, California.
That's close by. Oh wow.
Yeah, so that's where I'll be June 8th.
June 8th, Ontario, Firewater Bar. Awesome.
Right.
Awesome. Guys, this has been another amazing show with the Raceflays Podcast Network. We just had Shelby Nite on the show. She's got a video coming out. Make sure you follow her on YouTube. She's got a show coming up. If you're in the Atascadero area, if you've ever heard of Atascadero, St. Louis Obispo area, over there by the beach somewhere, make sure you get on there. Icy Vamp's in the house. Icy Vamp, this is Shelby Nite. If you've never met Shelby Nite, Icy Vamp she is a renown down here in Los Angeles. She knows all the DJs. She knows all the scenes. She's hip with it. She's amazing. You gotta talk to Icy Vamp. She'll get you into the show. She's hardcore. Icy Vamp in the house. What up, Icy Vamp? How you doing, my friend? Wrapping it up really quickly with Shelby Nite. We've been here for the past 50 minutes listening to the most amazing music that I was able to discover by just a mere accident. Thankfully, we discovered it. Shelby Nite's got a show coming up in El Tascadero this month on the 30th, and she'll be in Ontario, locally here in Ontario on June 8th. Make sure you catch Shelby Nite. Follow her on Instagram, follow her on YouTube, and for all the latest, check her out. Guys, I want to thank you. Icy Vamp, I want to thank you. Come in the end. Icy Vamp. Thank you so much for popping in. H-Town Love for popping in. Painting Polish, everybody who popped in, thank you so much for popping in. Guys, thank you so much for listening. You guys have a great one. Stay thirsty, not dangerous, my friends. Have a good one.